The top three tests to diagnose your shoulder impingement. We're going to go through all three here, and we're going to break down what they mean, what it means to be negative, what it means to be positive, and how many truly need to be positive in order for you to truly be dealing with shoulder impingement. So pay attention, get out some pen, get out some paper if you're old school like me. All right, first test we're going to dive into is painful arc of motion. Right, what does that mean? It means exactly as it sounds. It's a really simple, easy test to do. All right, all you're going to do is keep both of your arms locked down by your sides, keep them relaxed, palms facing the body, and you're going to lift up and over your head as high as you can. And you're just going to feel how that range of motion feels, if it gets stuck, if it feels limited, if there's any pain with it. There are typically two sticking points in that actual test that you're going to feel. Okay, the first one's at 90 degrees. 90 degrees just means your shoulder, we'll say this side is injured, is right in line with my elbow and my wrist, right and straight. Okay, so I might have some pain and discomfort here at 90 degrees, and then it's going to disappear as I come through further range of motion, and then it's going to come back at the end range all the way at the top. Okay, so the two sticking points where you're going to feel some discomfort or issues is 90 degrees at shoulder height, and then all the way at the top at end range when you push it beyond kind of where it can go, and that's when you get that pain and that discomfort, or it might just not move as smoothly compared to your opposite good side with no history of issues or anything going on there. All right, so that is the first test. Again, painful arc of motion. And by the way, guys, if you're interested, join our Facebook group. You can grab our free shoulder guide there, learn how to fix your shoulder pain, and we go through these tests in more detail with some exercises as well. All right, we'll link that down below in the description section. So the second test is Hawkins-Kennedy test, probably the most common shoulder impingement test used by physical therapists, chiropractors, anyone in healthcare, and really easy to do. You can have a practitioner do it on you, or you can do it yourself. All right, so we'll say this is the injured shoulder. All you're gonna do is you're gonna take your opposite hand, grip your elbow, make sure it's kind of right in line with the shoulder at 90 degrees, and you're gonna let that kind of arm drop into internal rotation as far as you can, and then you might feel a little bit of an audible click or a pop, but a positive test is going to indicate some pain there and some discomfort, typically like a pinching sensation in the front of the shoulder, even down the side, sometimes down the outer bicep, kind of tricep area, so to speak. Okay, so if you do have that pain or discomfort, that's going to be a positive Hawkins-Kennedy test. And you always want to do it on the good side as well. You might be like, I don't have time to do that. It's going to take 10 seconds at tops, okay? You want to always do this test on both sides so you can compare the good side to the bad side. Then you can kind of go back, retest when you are going through rehab, and make sure that the bad side is starting to feel like the good side. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. Really simple, easy to do, right? Make the time to do it. The third and final test we're going to talk about is shoulder clearance test, right? What is shoulder clearance test? Again, a very simple test, just like the previous two. Shoulder clearance test is going to just show us if we have any pain or discomfort, and if we're looking at more of a shoulder impingement issue compared to some type of other diagnosis going on with the shoulder. So we'll say, just because we're using this shoulder as the bad one, that we're going to test this side again. So you're going to put your hand on the opposite shoulder, and you're going to try and lift your elbow up as high as you can. Okay, almost like a salute. And if you can get above shoulder height with that elbow, it's a negative test and you have no pain or discomfort and it feels like a normal movement. All right. If you can only get to about here, like where you can't quite get to shoulder height or you're underneath it a little bit, and you have some pain and discomfort in that front of the shoulder where you did on the previous test that we did, that is a positive shoulder clearance test. Okay. So those are the three tests, guys. Really simple, easy to do, right? Painful arc of motion was number one. You can have those two sticking points, one at 90 degrees, one at the top at the end range of motion. Second test is Hawkins-Kennedy test. Positive test is going to be pain and some discomfort. Maybe sometimes I feel an audible click or pop with that as well. And then the third and final test is going to be shoulder clearance test. And that's positive. You can't quite get to the top of the range of motion where that elbow gets above shoulder height, or you have some pain or discomfort stopping you from getting there. Okay, so those are the three tests. Like I mentioned before, join our Facebook group if you want to learn more about those tests and some exercises to tackle shoulder impingement. And see below in the comments, we'll link the Facebook group as well in the description. And be sure to like and subscribe. Thanks, guys.